Manifest while you sleep. Alright? Manifest while you sleep. That's what I'm going to be speaking about briefly today. Alright? Now, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Right? The conscious mind is said to be the male. Right? Your own I amness. This is where the ideas and stuff come from. Right? Your own I amness. That is the conscious mind. The subconscious mind, now, which is habitual. It works off of repetition, and feeling. Alright? And well, you can imagine any time of the day. It doesn't matter. Right? But when it's time for sleep, when you're in that sleepy state or the state akin to sleep, right? Like that drowsy state. That is when the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, they tend to function even better. That's when they come together. Alright? It's like a man and a woman coming together and getting intimate. Right? And then after that happens, the woman becomes impregnated. Right? The same thing with the mind. The conscious mind and the subconscious mind, they come together, and based on your most dominant feeling and thoughts, right? Just before you drift off to sleep. Alright, that will dictate, because every time you go to sleep, the mood that you go to sleep within every single night, that will dictate the experience for most of your life. Right? If not all of your life, most of it. Right? That will dictate the experiences that you would encounter. Alright? That is why it's very important not to go to bed dissatisfied, but go to bed, satisfied in the mood, even though you don't have whatever it is that you want in the 3D reality as yet. Something so simple as giving thanks and put yourself in that mood before you drift off to sleep every single night. Because don't forget, our thoughts do not proceed into the past, they advance into the future. So going to bed every single night, giving thanks and feeling gratitude and putting yourself in that mood. Alright, you're setting up yourself for success, for miracles, for you to encounter later on. Right? Even if it's not the next day or the day after. But you are guaranteed success to follow, because it's the mood. Right? It's the mood that you're drifting off to sleep in. Now, as I said before, you can manifest at any single time of the day. But while you're asleep, you don't have those chitter-chattery, those unwanted thoughts and those excess thoughts, consistently. Because when you're sleeping, that is the time now that the subconscious and the conscious mind get intimate with each other. They marry each other. They get intimate with each other. And then boom, you're self-impregnated with your most dominant feeling and thoughts. So whatever it is you desire, right, go to sleep with that last thought. Or even if it's multiple, right, but you're feeling too sleepy, to imagine every single one or speak affirmations on every single one. Just give thanks. I thank you, Father, I thank you. Or repeat the phrase, isn't it wonderful? Right, before you drift off to sleep. Right? That's why sleep is so important. And meditation helps as well too, because if you're a type of person that meditates regularly, right, you will find that you're always in the state akin to sleep. It's like a drowsy state. Right? And when they say the drowsy state, not meaning that that you're feeling all tired and you want to sleep, but you're relaxed. Right? You don't have all those excess thoughts, all those unwanted thoughts. You feel more relaxed. And the Song of Solomon, it says, "By night on my bed I sought him whom my soul loveth. I found him whom my soul loveth. I held him, and I would not let him go, until I had brought him into my mother's house, and into the chamber of her that conceived me." Right? So he's basically saying, while preparing for sleep, just see yourself into the wish fulfilled as you go off to sleep. Simple. Put yourself in the mood, right? What would it be like if I were the man and the woman that I already am, no, that I desire to be, and just drift off to sleep in that feeling, right? And as one of these scriptures says, "Come before me with singing and thanksgiving, enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with prayers, right? Again, before you go off to bed, before you go off to sleep, before you drift off to sleep, you know, give thanks, with a grateful heart. Put yourself into the mood, right, of satisfaction, of thanksgiving, right? Because the mood that you go to sleep within every single night, it will determine your future, right? The experiences you will encounter, right? And some of us had times like this, where we would go to sleep and wake up feeling so miserable and annoyed, or wake up going with a headache and stuff like that, right? Because those are the moves that we took to bed, even if we aren't aware. Those are the moves that we took to bed the night before, the night prior, right? And sometimes we may encounter a lot of things throughout the day, and if you're not aware, you take all of that baggage with you to bed at night. Or certain movies you watch before you drift off to sleep, or certain music you listen to before you drift off to sleep. All of that is embedded in the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is like your lover, and it gives unto you your most dominant feelings and your thoughts, right? So you want to make them lovely. So every single night before you pass out, make things right with the subconscious mind and the conscious mind, right? Put yourself into a good mood, a loving mood. Until you drift off to sleep. And as I said before, you could do it at any time of the day, but nighttime, that is the time, right? Where you don't have all the rubbish and the excess thoughts and stuff going on in the mind, the chitter chattering, And that is the time now where the subconscious and the conscious mind tends to come together more intimate, right? And that is when it gives birth to your child, all right? Because we are always self impregnating ourselves, by our thoughts and our feelings, our words, and our experiences are the children that we give birth to. So if you feel like nothing is working, or you're doing your techniques or whatever it is and it's not working, that is the child you're going to give birth to. A doubtful child. If you can walk in and assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, even though it's not here in the 3D reality, alright, you will give birth to that perfect child. Alright, so if you can hold the feeling of the wish fulfilled, right, and have complete faith in it and belief. Because as within, so without. Right, you experience something lovely. Alright, so before you go to bed at night, just make sure you put yourself in a good mood. You right? And as I said, something so simple as just giving thanks. Say, thank you, Father. Puts you in a great mood. And that one phrase, right? That one phrase can be for all the things that you want to manifest as well. Because why would you be giving thanks? Right? Why would you be giving thanks? You give thanks because you have received something that you desire. Right? Or you receive something lovely. And as you go to the subconscious mind, right, with thanksgiving in your heart, every single time, it's gonna say, whoa, this person is really thankful. Let me give them more. Let me give them more to be thankful for. Right? And that's how it works. So with all that being said, all kings and queens, all gods and goddesses, all beautiful people, do have a blessed weekend. Have a blessed day. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel as yet, feel free to do so. Feel free to like. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to share my videos as well. Alright? So before you go off to sleep, or when you're in that state akin to sleep, even throughout the day, if you're a person that practices meditation a lot and stuff like that, put yourself into a good mood. Alright? But always put yourself in a good mood. And giving thanks is a perfect way to do that consistently. While still setting the intention for your goals. Right? Just continue to give thanks. Okay, so that is how you manifest while you sleep. Alright? Just by putting yourself into the mood of the wish fulfilled before you drift off to sleep. Okay? So with all that being said, I am Beef Lost to God, sending you love, peace, joy, prosperity, and blessings. And do have a blessed day.